How soon should you follow up with a lead when it's generated? Well, it's a great question that I get all the time. By the way, Pete Mitchell, AI Lead Automation. I help realtors and loan officers automate their lead generation, prospect qualification, and appointment setting process. All I got to do is talk to red hot pre-sold prospects. When I get asked this question of, how soon do we follow up with a lead, all that type of stuff, here's the key thing when it comes to leads. Leads are not like wine. They do not get better with age. Like, you get a lead, you want to get on the phone with them right away. So let me actually walk you through our system. We run an ad. And when a lead comes in from that ad, we usually are driving them to a website. We're going to have them fill out a whole bunch of information. And as soon as that information is filled out, we immediately send it as an email to the agent with all of their things that they answered. Are they working with a loan officer? Are they working with a realtor? Where do they think their credit score is at? Where are they looking to buy at? Where are they looking to sell at? All that type of stuff, right? So boom, we send that over to the agent. And we even send it with a script of what they're supposed to say when they get on the phone. We tell them, hey, we want you to call them at least 3 times in the next 24 hours. And I would tell you, you want to call them right away. And so because we want that right away call, and when I say right away, I mean, hey, the email came in, you want to be calling them. We also then send a text message to the agent, right? Because you're not always in front of your email. So we send a text message to the agent. Hey, by the way, this person just came in, here's their information, call them. And then I also tell them in the email, don't actually leave a message if they don't answer. And I know what you're thinking, why would you not leave a message? Well, we don't leave a message because we actually have that already built into the system. Why waste your time sending a message when we can have the system itself automatically leave the message for you, right? It just saves time. So all you're doing is calling people and you're just talking to those who want to talk. So that's the immediate thing, right? So the lead comes in, we're going to send you an email, we're going to send you a text, and you want to immediately call them. So if you're not using our system, that's what you want to do, right? Lead comes in, have your system send you a text message so it pops up on your phone. We all get those text messages, and then boom, you can get on the phone with them right away. Now, the next step for us is we're going to, of course, start emailing those people, trying to get them to book an appointment. And in our case, because we use AI, I mean, let's face it, AI is the future. AI is absolutely incredible. We call our AI Annie. We call it Annie, and then we got another one we call Ralphie. Annie, by the way, how did I come up with the name Annie? Annie just sounds so, nice and friendly. I mean, who doesn't want to talk to Annie, right? Well, Annie reaches out to them via text message and asks them a question. So we want this to be a personalized text. Meaning, we want it to say, hey, Bob, Annie from Pete Mitchell's office. I see you just filled out some information about selling your Long Beach home. Are you available for a quick 5-minute check? Like something really quick like that. And what happens more often than not is people respond. Now, the keys to those messages is the personalization. We're saying their name, and then we're saying who it's coming from. And the reason why we do that is, I mean, think about it. If you got a text on your phone, you don't want to who's this? Is this spam? And if you just filled out a form and then that text comes in immediately, it totally looks like automation. So we actually have ours delayed by 2 to 3 minutes, depending on which campaign that we're doing, just so it's not immediate. Just so it's a couple of minutes, but yet it's not really long. Like, we don't want to wait 5 minutes. So 2 to 3 minutes seems to be working really, really well for us. And it looks like Annie actually sat down and typed it out. Now, of course, Annie didn't. This is automation. And then if they reply, the AI is taken over and it's asking them the questions. Like, we give them a whole bunch of questions. Hey, we want you to pre-qualify people by asking them these things. And then if they answer the right way, then we want you to book an appointment. And here's where we want to book it. And by the way, check with our Google Calendar, make sure that we're available, all that type of stuff. So we have AI doing that. So that way, the agent, when they get on that appointment, think about it from their point of view. They didn't have to do any pre-qualification. They're not dealing with the time vampires or the tire kickers. They're just talking to people who are interested in buying or selling a home. It's a game changer for them. But the key is you have to immediately start reaching out. Now, does Annie do it 100% of the time? Well, Annie's reaching out 100% of the time, but not everybody replies back. If they gave us a landline, Annie can't text them, right? Landlines don't text. Every once in a while, people still have landlines, right? That still comes up. So again, what are we doing in those situations? That's why the agent is supposed to still call them. I would say that our agents have probably 50% of the appointments they get are because they actually picked up the phone and called them. In fact, I was talking with one of our vendors, and he's like, hey, we're thinking about changing up some of our programming, and we're going to give leads a scale, between 1 to 5, 1 being not so good, 5 being a great lead. So that way agents know, which ones are the good leads. What do you think about that? And I'm like, no, I think that's a horrible idea. And he goes, why? Don't people want to know which ones to call? I'm like, dude, it's so hard to get people to call leads now. If I told them, hey, well, this is a 3 and not a 4, they're definitely not going to call them, right? So the key is you just got to pick up the phone and do the calls. You got to do what we call putting in your reps, right? Like, I'm a power lifter. That's one of the things that I do on the side. It's one of my fun things as a 48-year-old dude. I just like to lift heavy stuff. And no one can do the reps for me. I've got to do the reps. I've got to actually do the work. It's the same way with the leads. Yeah, we can have the AI help, and it does a lot, but at the end of the day, you got to actually pick up the phone and call. And you want to be calling in the first few minutes. Because I guarantee you wait more than 5 minutes, they're not even going to remember filling out a form. It's just kind of the way that it goes. So anyway, I'm Pete Mitchell. If you want to check out what we do with AI lead automation, how we're helping our agents and our loan officers, head on over to agentfollowupai.com and check it out. We got a great little video there. Might speak to you, might not, but again, never going to know unless you try it. agentfollowupai.com. I'll talk to you soon.